Good morning, crafty friends. It's Alicia, aka Crafty Owl, and I am so glad that you are here for day 13 of my Crafty Advent 2023 live series. Now, even though it is the 13th day and the 13th of the month, let's cross our fingers that everything goes lucky during the live stream. If you are here with us in the chat, welcome. So glad you're here. I do want to point out, if you're going to want to chat live with us, make sure at the top of the chat box it says like all chat or live chat, just so you're seeing those newest messages. If you are here on replay, make sure once you've watched, let me know what your favorite part is. Leave it in that comment section below and include the hashtag replay. Before we get started, let's see, I do have some members, some channel members to welcome to channel membership since yesterday. And I would like to say welcome to all my members who are over in the chat, including the Bling Bling Crafter, who we're still trying to figure out how to get her to show up correctly as a member. So thank you so much for being here and your support. I'd like to say welcome to Kathy, Joan, Mary Lee, Kathy, and Ruth. Thank you so much, guys, for your support. Another comment I saw as they were scrolling by, I love that you're already over there chatting, was from Barbara, and she says she's been doing a card a day with this. Since she doesn't have the calendars, she tries to find something in her craft stash that's similar. It's been a lot of fun. I love that, Barbara. Let me know if you've also been crafting along as well over in the chat box. And if this is your first time joining us live, make sure to let me know that as well. I know I mentioned it yesterday, but does anybody know whose birthday it is today? Put that over. Oh, I got to get used to that. Put that over in the chat. But today's musical shirt is from Hairspray. It's the one I saw for the first time last season. So I think tomorrow, because I put a lot of them away, I put them away for winter and never got them back out. Tomorrow might be the final day of musical shirts. And it's my second favorite, might try for first favorite. Ooh, I see some people know. It is Taylor Swift's birthday. Her movie is out, available to stream. Right before I got on, I looked at it, and it's $20. Man, it's going to have to be a special occasion to rent that for one time for $20, but I know I'll probably do it. Let's see. Trying to think. Oh, you know what? Let's take a look at our tags so far. I think that's what's next. All right. So here in front of me are the 12 tags I made so far. I thought my day was going to get started off a little unlucky because I could not find yesterday's, but I did finally, I had put it in with the cardstocks and the inks and all that stuff instead of, I've been keeping them in this little crayon box. But luckily I found it. So again, if you're new to the series, so what I'm doing is going live each day from the 1st through the 24th, except there will be some days where I'm out of state that I can't. Still figuring out what I'm going to do for those. But I'm going live opening my 3 Crafty Advent calendars, which you might see behind me here. Crafter's Companion, Spellbinders, and Tailored Expressions. And I had a little kickoff, which is the videos linked in the description box below, where I talked about the series, the special giveaways, and we chose the color palette for the entire series. So what we did is I did a random number generator, and then I pulled my Sarah Renee Clark color cube cards that were those numbers, and then the viewers voted on it. And they chose number 11. Now, I've had a few people reach out to me recently about the color cubes and how to buy them. If you want to check them out and get more information, which they have the physical versions, and they also have digital. I do have a link to the physical version that I bought in the description box, but you can also check out the digital version while you're there. But anyway, you might have noticed that even though they all look completely different, they all use the same, 5 colors, and that they're all tags. While I'm thinking, oh, no, I lost it. Sorry. About those giveaways I mentioned just a little bit ago. So, sorry. I'm really getting sidetracked today. Happy December 13th. So the giveaways each day, if you are here live with us, you can enter to win the tag that I create for the day. Now, if it's not if you're like, nah, I'll skip that tag, don't enter today, enter tomorrow if you like a different one better. But I will be giving that away. It is open to anybody, anywhere in the world. And then at the end of the month, I have a couple special giveaways. I'm giving away a Crafter's Companion Advent Calendar and a Spellbinders Advent Calendar. For those, though, you do have to live in the U.S., and you're going to want to collect the secret words that I am giving out each day. Keep in mind the keyword there is secret. Don't give it away in the comments or the chat. And sometimes I have bonus secret words, and we kind of treat those the same, like we don't talk about the bonus secret words, right? So who's ever here to get them, then they know about them. I do want to welcome. Thank you so much, Trudy, for becoming a member. I love that. Make sure to check out the membership tab here on my channel. It's going to have links to your perks and just some behind the scenes stuff and other information. Thank you so much. All right, let's go ahead. Should we open? Give me a drum roll over in the chat if we should go ahead and open today's Advent calendars. I did have one more comment to highlight about that. So, right here, Stellar Crafts by Pam says she can't wait until I see TE. My interest is piqued. I am super excited. Looking forward to it. Let's go ahead and go over. Okay, I see the drum roll, so let's get to it. Today, lucky, we're going to call it lucky number 13, right? So in Spellbinders. Good morning, Lisa. Crafty Days is my sister there who just said hi. We are looking for number 13. And I did see somebody else put out a little reminder to give this video your stamp of approval. That just means that you give it a thumbs up if you're enjoying it, and that maybe share it with a crafty friend who you think might like to come and join us as well. All right. Oh, I forgot to tell you, it's probably 3 by maybe 2.5. In the spirit of our most recent gifts, I'm not even going to try to guess anything else. I'm going with dies. Let me know over in the chat what if you think you know what it is, or if you want to take a guess on what it is. Ready? Here we go. Oh, I was wrong. Well, you know, the other day though, I thought we might have stamps and it was either dies or hot foil plates. So here we have some happy birthday sentiments. Let's find out what they are. It is stamps. And there. Oh, they did not want to come out. So they're just like we saw on the cover there. So you have one big happy birthday and then have an amazing day. I'm glad you were born, and to someone special. Crafter's Companion. Uh-oh. Is there a 13? Ah, there it is. Ooh, this one's big, you guys. So it's like, probably like, I don't know. Well, maybe 4 by 4. I'm going to guess an embossing folder. Put your guesses over in the chat. Let's see. I see some other people are thinking embossing folder too. Let's see. I'm gonna peek under there. Guys, we were right. Ooh, it's like an animal print. Look at that. That could just be a good general background. It doesn't necessarily have to be like an animal card or anything. Okay, now here's the big one, I guess. I hope this one lives up to its expectations. All right, we ready? This is Tailored Expressions. Hopefully they gave us something extra special today for day 13. All right. So it's about that big overall. And it has kind of an outline to it. Lots of bumps. Okay, I think it's a stamp set. I think it's a stamp set. Let me know over in the comments what you think. Because it feels a little, it feels like maybe a clear stamp set. Oh, so many of you know what it is. I want to take a little, are we ready? I took a peek. It is a stamp set. Aww. Oh, this goes with our little doggy. You know how, let me get the dog out. So far this week, we've gotten some other stuff, but we got this little doggy who looks all tired. And then one day we got the die to go with him. And now we have some sentiments that I think are going to go with him. It says, life is tough. I like you. We have like some dreaming, a little dreamy cloud, some Z's for sleeping. And then it says slightly more than naps because adulting is hard. More coffee, but so are you. Oh, life is tough, but so are you. And then I'm here for you. Awesome. Okay, so we'll put what we got today down here so we can see that. And I want to take a minute and remind you, I'm going to stop that banner at the bottom. Hopefully you've had a chance to see it now, but I do want to point out that as I get into crafting, it's already hard for me to keep up with the comments because you guys are just flying through here. I got 121 friends watching. Awesome. But as I'm crafting, I won't be able to look over there very often. So it's important that if you really need me and need my attention, that you let me know in some way. So the best way is if you tag me. And if you are on a desktop, like a laptop or a desktop computer, you're going to start typing in @CallMeCraftyAl, and it will let you click on my username. And then for me, it highlights it super nicely with a little red box behind my name so I can see it. So that's the best way to get my attention. Now, if you're on a mobile device that you can't do that with, type my first name, Alicia, or Crafty Owl, all in caps. Now, your whole message does not have to be all in caps, but it's just important that that first little bit is. And then when I can look up, those are the ones that I will try to address first. All right. And you know what I realized? I did not get my giveaway thing ready, but I'll do that later. And I think, though, I do have my picker. So let's find out what we are going to be creating with today. There it is. All right. Uh-oh. I forgot to get that ready too. Let me refresh that, guys. Cross our fingers that it comes up correctly. Oh, of course, as soon as I stopped sharing, it came up. Let's try that again. Here we go. All right. So because yesterday I did get artist choice, I put everything back in the wheel. So let's find out what we're going to craft with today. Tailored expressions. All right. All right, all right, all right. Okay. And we want to hide that instance. So for tomorrow, we won't get that one again. And now I'm going to try to get my wits about me and figure out what I'm going to do. We're definitely going to bring the dog back in, right? Maybe we'll use that embossing folder. Let's just try to get at it, right? Welcome to everybody who has joined us since I got to say hellos. So glad that you are here. Okay. So I'm going to leave this one here. And you know what? I know it's not dog, but maybe we'll do a little embossing. So I'll leave that one. This is the bin of goodies that I've gotten so far. And if you're new to the series, what I'm trying to do is only use the products that I've gotten in the advent calendars, besides the cardstocks and markers and inks that we chose for the kickoff. So we are a little limited on our supplies, but I am going to pull in my doggy and the die. And I had another thought. So yesterday at Tailored Expressions, we got this zipper pull. And some of you had never seen something like this before. So I think I'm going to try to use this. All right. What do we think? And to do this one, I think we do need... We are going to need the larger tag again. And I'm going to get out my markers for my doggy. I think I'll go with a color cardstock background for the dog. I'm going to get out both the orange and the yellow just because I think we've used the toffee, watermelon, and sweet basil quite a bit. And then I need a piece of white for my tag. All right, guys. While you have a minute while I'm getting ready, please hit that thumbs up if you haven't already. Let me know you're enjoying the series. Okay. I might grab some other shades of markers today to color my dog in. Sorry, I'm having a moment here. I'm definitely going to cut a tag out of white for the backer. And you know what? I'm going to go with pineapple for the front tag. Tracy says she likes how I have that all set up in a kit. Yeah, I needed as few decisions as possible to have to make live. And I thought if I kept them all together, that would be super handy. And that is actually a new case that Tailored Expressions released last week to the public. I got it at Stamp Joy in October, but it came in as super handy for this. All right. Okay, so we're going to cut one in white. If I can get the zipper pull, like I don't know if I've actually ever done a zipper pull. I've had a die like that for a long time, but I don't know if I've actually ever made a project with it. So hopefully we can get it to work out. Unfortunately, I can't show you how it works because I don't want to tear it apart. I want the recipient to do that. But you can at least, we'll see if we can figure out how it goes together. And like I said the other day, I always like when a die has a flat edge, I always like to turn it just a little bit to help it go through the die cutter. Sometimes, like especially with those big like rectangle stacklets, if you try to put them in straight on, they have a harder time going through the machine. Pam says she thinks most crafters do that, buy interesting things that never have time to try it. Yeah, I don't know if it's never have time or like I bought this pop-up, this fancy like pop-up contraption die probably 2 years ago because that was so neat. But like I haven't went back to see how it works. I don't know if it's too hard for me, but yes, I like to buy interesting looking things. All right, so now we have this one. And while I have this out, I think I'm going to go ahead and emboss this, which we have to be careful because I know I probably will get a slight line there. But we're going to try it. Okay, so I've tried my magic mat, but I discovered that I needed to have something underneath there to help it cut better. So I take out my chipboard, and then I was having some issues with it being really tight when I tried to run this through. And of course, now I've gotten rid. Okay, I'm gonna have to put that back on. I've gotten rid of my other plate. I don't know where I put it. So I'm just going to sit that in there. I don't know if this is going to work, you guys. No, that's going to be too tight. I'll pull back the top one. And what I'm going to try to do is just go in here part way. Okay, I'm not going to go through the whole way because I don't want it to put that line in there. So let's see how that worked. Oh, that's really pretty, you guys. You know what I thought, though? I needed to do the zipper pull first. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and try to emboss this tag just to test it. But I needed to do that zipper pull first. Because if we would do the zipper pull now, it's going to flatten out our embossing. Again, the beauty of live crafting. And again, I'm not going to go through all the way. Oh, maybe I should have went through a little further. Or maybe that's where a doggy can go. We'll see, right? All right. Now I got to get set up back up for cutting. And, oh, wrong one. There we go. Exactly. I mean, we all have trial and error, right? Like if I was doing this for a video, I would have just cut that incorrect one out. You would have never known. But it happens to all of us. Get something new and don't know. Well, not that embossing folders and dies are new, but I wasn't thinking in the correct order. Welcome, welcome. I see we have some new friends joining. So glad you're here. I'm attempting to make a zipper pull tag, but so far it's wanting to act up a little bit. And now I'm thinking I probably need to think about this a little bit more. What I want to do is I want to stamp like life is tough on the front tag and then put like so are you on the back tag or on, you know, on the back tag. So when you rip it open, I actually think I had better. No, I'm going to cut the zipper pull so I know where it needs to go. So this is yesterday's die from Tailored Expressions. And I think we do want it to hang off the end, but you're going to want to leave some room down here too to be able to adhere that because you want to adhere it down super solid so it doesn't rip up as well. So let's see. I'm going to take one of my pieces of removable tape that I just have sitting right here on my, whatever this is, my big kick, big shot, whatever. And let's see how this works. Don't forget, if you need my attention, to tag me by start typing in @CallMeCraftyAl and clicking on my name, or put Alicia or Crafty Al all in caps in front of your message. Okay. All right, let's hope this doesn't just tear apart. Okay, so here we go. So now you can see it didn't quite go all the way to the end, but you can still get your finger under that. So the recipient, when they get the tag, they're going to pull that back to reveal what it says underneath. All right. So I want to go ahead, I think, and stamp that. Bring in my Misty. Put this down in the corner. And just because our little doggy looks like he's been through it, we're going to do the life is tough. Now, behind my Misty mouse pad, I always keep a piece of clear acetate. I want to make sure that how I have the stamp set up is going to look good on my tag. So I don't want to stamp it on there quite yet. Instead, and I need to get out some black ink that dries quickly on this. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to use VersaFine Onyx Black. And it doesn't have to be inked up perfectly. I just need to get an idea here. So if I stamp it onto the clear acetate, now I can see what it looks like. And really, it's on there pretty good. I'm just going to clean that off and lift up the end that starts with life a little bit. So lift it up just a little bit. And now what I can do is rotate this around. You don't want to flip it upside down because your ink could get on your tag, but rotate it. And we'll try it one more time, which I left my ink pad open. So I definitely need to clean that off because that's going to get all over everything. In the chat, if you haven't already shared it, let us know if you've ever done a zipper pull craft. And then let's see if this one looks better. Yes. Okay. So now once I have that set up, I can just bring in my chamois and then this wipes right off and it can go right back underneath my mouse pad. And I'm about ready to stick my hand in that ink again. Ah! Trying to fight with the die here. Okay. Now I'm going to ink up the stamp and put it on my tag. There we go. Now we're going, well, you know what? I'm going to need this again. Need my clear piece again because to set up the sentiment on the inside, we need to know where that zipper pull is going to pull back. At least I hope so. Again, I don't think I've ever really done one of these. Okay, so we can take this off. Life is tough. And the recipient of this tag, whoever wins it, maybe you could put it on a card front and give it to a friend for some encouragement. Life is tough. You know what? I was going to use But So Are You, but we don't always know if they are tough at that moment. Maybe they're not. We all have untough moments, and that is absolutely fine. So instead of doing But So Are You, I'm going to do I'm Here For You. Now, I'm going to do it toward the same end. So, pick it up with my Misty. Bring in my piece of acetate. And this is going to be a little hard to see. Maybe I should have done this one first. Because, you know, we're going to have to try to tell how it looks over Life is Tough. So you guys might not be able to see it very well. Okay. It is definitely crooked. And I think it can come down just a little bit. I'm trying to line it up with the door of the Misty. right, I'm going to try it one more time. You know, I'm going to go with that. I think it's good enough, right? Wipe this off and put it away. Lisa says, I wonder if you could do a partial die cut. So instead of tearing all the way off, it would just tear open part way. I bet you could. I bet that is an option that you could definitely give a try. Okay, now this I want to be the outside of my tag. So I'm going to flip it around, put it back where the yellow tag was at, and ink up the stamp now. Exactly, Beth. I could not remember what Gina said, but yes, it's better than horrible. It's going to work. All right. Now, again, I'm not going to use my pressure or my presser tool on this, just so I don't squish the sentiment down, but this is a really nice, solid, clear stamp. All right. So here we go. So again, I'm not going to rip it open. But then when the recipient would pull that back, then underneath will be, I'm here for you. All right. I want to see if I have. I thought I had a set that said like pull, but I cannot find it. All right, so hopefully the recipient knows that they have to pull that. Now, I'm gonna do, let's see about embossing that. And I think I've changed my mind since I started originally. So Debbie says, Crafty Owl, crafting is tough, but so are you. Exactly. Sometimes during these lives, I do feel like I'm getting a little beaten up. But hey, you know, everybody in the chat is so encouraging. So life goes on, right? It's a craft. Okay, I think what I'm going to do, instead of embossing the whole thing, I'm just going to do one side, maybe here on the left, since there's less stuff there. And then I'm just going to put a score line to make it look like that's how far I wanted that to go in. And I think I got a little ink on there. I'm going to see if I can get that off with my mono sand eraser. Oh yeah, that came right off. So if you don't have one of these, I say I would invest. You know, they're only a few dollars. If you have, I think I ordered mine on Amazon. But I don't know if like a place like Blick Art Supply would have those. But sometimes when you get like a little ink on something that you didn't want there, it helps get it off. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in just so when I do my score line, it's right next to the life is tough part. So make sure I have it straight in there. I am going to tape that so I know it'll stay where I want it. Susan, I must have missed your question. Please retype it in for me. Eve has something. Eve says, on a larger area like a card, you could put the life is tough above so that when it is ripped, you can see the whole thing. Oh, very true. Yes. Good point. All right. So now Now we have just a little embossing on the end. And to make it look like we wanted to stop there and not the fact that our folder was not big enough to do the whole thing, I'm going to bring in my mini score buddy. It definitely is just paper. And I don't know about you guys, but I have a lot of paper. Now, granted, I don't have as much cardstock as I guess I do paper, but yeah, right? And most of the time, there's another side to it, so you can flip it around if it is cardstock. All right. Let's get out one of my favorite tools. And I think I might have gotten lucky. I think it's going to line up with the 1 3/4 pretty well. But what I want to do is I want the raised part to be on the top. So I'm going to flip this around and then right along that 1 3/4. Ooh, goodness. That one to get out of hand. I'm going to go down there a few times and see if we can get a nice scored line. Like that's what we wanted all along. Okay. That's okay, Susan. If you had a question before and you want me to answer it, you can go ahead and retype it in. It can be different than what we're doing now, if that's what you meant. So here, and then it just looks like that was supposed to be cut off. I think you could probably do it at an angle. Maybe do it from both ends. And now we need to get our doggy, don't we? But what I'm going to do now is put these together. And do you guys think ATG or liquid glue for this? Because I really need this to stick. I'm almost thinking liquid glue. Let me know what you think. While I'm waiting for some opinions, I am going to have a drink of water. If you're joining late, today's musical t-shirt is from Hairspray. I'm seeing a lot of liquid. Oh, good idea, Susan. So I can adjust it too if I need it. All right. Yeah, I agree. So we'll glue that together now, and then we'll work on our puppy or our doggy. So I want to put it on the back of here. And now I'm not going to put it where the zipper pull is because we don't want that to be glued down, right? We want our recipient to be able to use it. So I'm going to go I'm not going right next to the zipper pull. I'm coming in just a little bit from it, but I am going to put quite a bit of glue down here. Okay. I'm doing the same up here. Susan, I have a lot of messages, unfortunately. If you could just retype it for me, it will take me a long time to find it because my screen over here is a lot bigger than my screen on my computer. Okay, so if you need me to answer it, which I want you to, redo it. I was probably busy crafting and didn't see it. You'll have to forgive me for that. Thank you for all the grace to others who might have also asked me questions that I have missed. Okay, so I'm going to put those together, try to match up those ends. Oh, I got to make sure. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that my sentiment was actually there. And now what I like to do is grab a couple stamp blocks, and I am going to set that to the side. Yeah, Pam says, now that you've got our attention. Exactly, because maybe somebody in the chat can answer it too. All right. Here we go. I'm going to set that up there. You can't even see it now because it's behind my face. And now we're going to stamp our doggy. So I need my Misty again. I saw somebody said, good idea. Good idea. Good idea. Not afraid of color. What did not afraid of color say? It would be fun to put an actual doggy die cut inside. It would. You're right. And then Audrey says, Alicia, I think the question is, what is the name of the zipper die pull and where is it from? That is from yesterday's. If that was a question, this is from yesterday's Tailored Expressions Advent calendar. So I don't know what they're going to call this, and it might not even be it's probably not available now on their website, and it's always questionable if it will be available in the future. Sometimes these items are exclusive to the Advent calendars. Thank you for helping me with that, Audrey. Okay. I'm going to stamp our doggy. For that, we do not need our mouse pad, so I'll take that out. Remove my sentiment. Oh, yes, yes. Okay, like sometimes it takes me a minute to get to it, but I legit did forget about a secret word today. So Fonda, thank you for the reminder, and I will be thinking about it, okay? Yeah, this is the first time I've really forgotten about a secret word. So give me just a little bit. This tag has taken a little bit more brain power than maybe some of them with all the moving parts. So I will get us a secret word. Let me just get my little doggy set up, and then I'll see what I can do. I need a piece of white. I'm going to use my Olo markers, so I'll be right back. I'm going to go over and get my Express It blending cardstock. And while I was over there, I also got the rest of my daughter's Olo markers, so we can get a couple different shades of the colors. All right. Renee, I think I did say the secret word yesterday at least twice, so it is there. Oh, hold on. Let me go to this one. Oh, my goodness. I was trying to, okay, I will come back to those. Chris says she ordered the Gus and Gertie stamp and die set you showed us yesterday. Can't wait to make a few cards with it. Awesome. In case you weren't here yesterday to see it, here is the card that I created with the new stamp set from Tailored Expressions. They are having, this is their last release of products for the year, and they're having perfect pairing. So they have lots of stamp and die sets. Susan, do you always stamp at the bottom of the Misty? Yes, I always stamp down here. I mean, you know, 99% of the time, unless I need like a stamp to hang off the bottom of the piece of paper, and then I would move it to the top. Pam says, I didn't know you had a daughter. How old? She is a senior in high school this year. All right. Did I think I'm trying to? All right. I think I got everything. Again, type it in if I missed it. All right. Now I got to get all my embossing stuff out. You know that I like to, if I'm going to color, I like to have a little wall to help me stay in the lines. Welcome, Kreia. And just so you know, I haven't even given out the secret word yet because I kind of forgot I had to. But once I get my doggy stamped and heat embossed, I think I have the word for today. So prepping my cardstock with my powder tool just want to get in the habit. Don't really need to since I'm using clear embossing powder, but I forget more often than not. So I'm trying to just make it routine. And I will use a pressure tool on this one. And so glad, Carrie. And I saw your other comment that this is your first live. So glad you're here. If you did come in a little bit late, I would invite you to give this video your stamp of approval by clicking on that like button and maybe sharing with a crafty friend if you have one who might enjoy the series too. All right. Set this to the side for now. I'll clean it up later. Yes, Catherine, forgot to do that once again. Not surprising. All right, I'm going to turn my mic off so I can heat set this. Lisa says to lay a fabric sheet in at all times and then maybe take it out before I put the powder in. That might work. Yeah. Molly Cole, what is the purpose of the powders? So I'll see if I can. I don't know if you can tell the powder, maybe there. So the powder, what it does, it kind of raises where the lines are a little bit. It's probably more decorative than anything, but it also helps me when I'm stamping stay in the lines. Don't know if that's a great answer, but yeah, I mean, I would say mostly it's for decoration. Yeah. There we go. All right. So I want to color that. Now I'm still going to try to stick with my color palette, but what I do need to know from you guys, because again, just like flowers, I have no idea what color dogs should be. Let me get out the tag from the other day. So here's it. Oh, might help if I did this. Here's the tag that I did the other day. And this is something I do a lot. I call it like spotlight or highlight coloring. I don't always color in the whole image. Instead, I make the background colorful. But I usually do add like 1 or 2 colors to the image. So I just did his muzzle since that's really, I mean, like I didn't want to color him red or orange or green, right? So I just did his muzzle. But today I will do shades of watermelon and shades of toffee to color him in so I can get his ears and the rest of his body. But what I do not know is which is darker. That's going to be easier. Should his body be darker or I'm going to call it a muzzle. I don't know what it is, or his muzzle. Let me know over in the comment section. All right. I see a lot of you are trying to help out Susan. If you want me to answer that question, I cannot go back and find it now. So please, whatever it was, retype it so I can get it answered for you. All right. Okay, I'm going to look here. So we're going muzzle or body. Muzzle, muzzle. Some of you are letting me know. All right, so the muzzle should be darker. Okay, so I'm going to bring in my toffee and my watermelon, which I guess I don't have a different shade. Wait, maybe I can use these two lighter ones to do his, or maybe I'll just do his tongue and his ears in one shade. But now we need a darker brown. I think I'll go... I don't know. These are pretty close together. And I don't have another O that's close to that. All right, you know what? We're going to practice off to the side. So let's see here. So this is my original toffee color. And oh, I should not be doing that. This is my original toffee color. So if we do the muzzle in that, or, okay, so let's see. Sorry, this might take a few decisions. And I don't know, these are pretty close together. Ooh, and they're completely different shades. Oh, and here I am again, uncapping and recapping constantly. Okay, I'm going to have to make a little executive decision here. I think what I'll do, I'm going to stick with this single marker, and I'm just going to color his muzzle in, just no shading, with the lightest. And then I'm going to color his body in completely with the lightest. And then I'll just add shading and darker to his body. Luann says, don't go too dark or you lose the black outline. Yeah, I won't go quite that dark. Susan T says, tell Susan to exit the live stream. Yeah, and maybe if the message is all in caps, something might have gotten rid of it. But yeah, go ahead, exit and try that again. That's a good idea to always come back in and then make sure you're watching live. Oh, the secret word, guys. Well, no, let me color this body because I don't want it to dry. Well, I'll tell you while I'm doing it. So the secret word today, it doesn't really have to do with today's gifts, but it does have to do with our tag. Today's secret word is zipper, Z-I-P-P-E-R, like that zipper pull tab on the tag. I'd almost forgotten again. And now I'm going to go in. Oh, about forgot his little ear in the back. I'm going to leave that off. Forgot his ear in the back. And now I'm going to go in and just put some shading. Kind of. We'll pretend like the sun is coming from over his back end. And I'm going to put shading where the lines are, and then what would be the last or not get hit by the light at all. And turn my marker around. If you were here the other day when I did some coloring, I was just using the half markers as is. I did go and my daughter found her connectors for me, so I did connect these together. And if you have a question right now, I would probably hold off because I want to get the I want to get my little doggy all colored in before I look back up, because I think the ink is kind of already drying into the paper. All right. All righty. Now I got to make sure I get the correct cap back on the ends. And I want to practice with these pinks before I actually go into the ears. So if that's the light, yeah, I think I'll just use that single, just the pink on its own for the ears, because it's still a little dark, but it was the best I had. And then for the puppy's tongue, I'll do a little bit darker since there'd be some shading there. All right, guys. And that is it. There we go. All right. Now, if you had any questions while I was coloring, throw those in the chat box. Right. You know what? I know what's happening. Sorry. You know what? I know, I'm pretty sure I might know what is happening. You might be using a word that I have used already this month as a secret word, and it might be holding your comment for me to look at later, because I did not want people going in the comment section. Oops, here, now you can see my face. I didn't want people going in the comment section of the videos and revealing the secret words. I'm having all of those held back, even if it's just in casual conversation. So I bet that's why your comment isn't showing up. So please email me after the live is over with your question. My email is always in that description box below. I have a feeling that's what's happening. All right, now we're going to cut this doggy out. Oh, here, Ruth. Ruth has helped us out. Oh, hold on one second. Ruth has helped us out. Where are you at, Ruth? Ruth says, I saw her question was whether the secret word is case sensitive or not. No, when you put those into the form, and again, I will go over all of this at the end of the month when I have the video. You just need to get the word in there. And I honestly don't even care if it's spelled correctly, as long as I can tell that's the word you were going for. So any questions too about like the giveaway specifics, it can easily get lost in here. So make sure to reach out to me. But at the end of the month, like I said, I'm going to have a video that goes over all of the specifics of how to enter and all the rules. Thank you, Ruth, for helping us out with that. All right, Annie. Guys, I don't know what to do at this point. I have a feeling that it's getting held back because it has one of those secret words on it. And I know that a lot of times it's just because it's casual conversation that we use. Like today, I haven't set it up yet, but today, if you would have typed our secret word today, which is zipper. If you would have typed that in the chat and I had already banned that word or had it held back, it might not show up either. So that is probably what is happening. All right, Stellar Crafts. Pam, the chatters who have the number next to their name or the new, like Ruth Goss, those are channel members who support me here each month, and they get some special perks in return. And some will have, like Susan T's, she has a little 6 up in the corner, so that means she's been with me for at least 6 months. Some people will have like a big 1 or 2, and that means they've been with me 1 year or 2 years. So yeah, if you ever want any more information about the perks of channel membership, I do have a link toward the top of the description box below. Now, I think this is probably dry enough, but I'm still going to keep it to the side because we're going to do a little more die cutting. And just like before, I'm going to use a piece of tape that I had right here on my big kick. It is not a big shot. And I'm going to try to line my die up as best as possible. Now, the other day when I used the doggy, I didn't have the die yet, so I used my brother's Scan and Cut. But this will be nice to have the die. Here we go. There's our little puppy dog. Okay. I have a request, friends. I think now I figured out what's going on with the comments that aren't showing up. Can we just move on? All right, let's have a positive chat. Let's not worry about it. I'm sure it has something to do with those keywords that I hold back comments. And that's thing too, like if somebody's going to write profanity in my comments, I have a list of stuff in there that I won't let just automatically go live. So can we move on? Give me a thumbs up over there if that's okay. All right, so we got our doggy and we have our tag. And I think I'm just going to stick him right there. Well, I guess we got to be kind of careful with him because we don't want him to cover up the pole, right? All right. Should I pop him up? I think I should. I think I should. Get out my scissors. After the live is over later today, I will put extra supplies I use down in the description box if you're interested. I know a lot of people ask me about my big rolls of foam tape, so I will add those. I really like this stuff. It cuts easily with my nonstick scissors, and the release paper pulls off easily as well. See, like, okay, that is really weird. So Carmen just posted this. And hey, I don't know what's going on now, guys, because Carmen just posted this, but it got removed from your chat. And I haven't even told YouTube that zipper is our secret word. So I don't know what's going on. It might be gremlins today. But anyway, like I mentioned, we're moving on. That is so weird. Oh, never mind. Okay. Okay, so maybe it isn't a ghost. Yeah. Again, guys, a lot of like these secret words, and I've mentioned it before, but these secret words, you're going to totally use them in casual conversation in a lot of these videos, just because I do try to make it correlate to the day, you know, like either the gifts I got or what I'm using. And that is absolutely fine. You can use a secret word over there. But what I don't want you to do is like put it in all caps and put stars around it in parentheses, or maybe even just flat out say, oh, today's secret word is, and then do it. You can definitely just casually type those in. All right. But I'm glad to know we don't have a ghost just like deleting stuff. All right. All right. And I think maybe we'll move him a little over to, oh, again, forgot to change it back. You maybe want to see what I'm doing. All right, guys, there we go. So the recipient, if they want to, or if they want to put it on a card and give it to another recipient, can then get their little finger under there and then pull it off to reveal the secret message. It is a little staticky, Pam, that blue stuff. I usually just try to like flick it off over the trash can. All right, guys, we made it through day 13. Ruth beat me to, oh, where is that? Ruth beat me to it. I don't know what kind of gremlins we have over there. It is, you know what? Let's just chalk it up to it is the 13th. All right. I have not yet set up my giveaway for today, so I'm going to do that quickly. Figure out what I want your all right. So if you would like to win today's tag, which I'll zoom in it up here up in the corner. All right. If you would like to win it, in the chat box, one time, you are going to type hashtag day 13. Make sure you include the hashtags and no spaces. All right. It should look like it does on screen. If you accidentally type it in once with the space, go ahead and retype it. No big deal. But even if you type it over there correctly 10 times, it's still only going to give you one entry. Okay. I saw somebody fly by up there. Oh, I forgot to set my timer. I keep forgetting to do that. I'll give you 2 minutes to get those in. I'll see if the numbers are going up. After you do get in your hashtag day 13, if you want to win, if you haven't already given this video a thumbs up, I would appreciate that. I need a thumbs up for day 13, please. All right. Looks like I have 93 likes and I have 128 people watching. Let's see if we can get that up a little bit. Unless you hate it, then don't give it a thumbs up. But remember, click that like right underneath the video. I appreciate the thumbs up in the chats, but if you'll click the thumbs up below the video too, please. Thank you, Carmen, for the stamp of approval. Carol says, I love that die. I'll need to see if I can find it. Carol, a lot of companies do sell similar stuff, so I bet you can find one, even if Tailored Expressions doesn't eventually sell this. Alessa says the thumbs up is the first thing she does. Thank you, Alessa. It is hump day. Oh, here, Catherine's. Oh, wrong one. Oh, well, thank you, though. Thank you, though, Susan, for the thumbs up already. But here, Catherine says there are some crafters that have zip pull SVGs for free. So cool. If you have an electronic cutter, maybe you can go find yourself an SVG to do it. Thank you, Susan T, for your thumbs up every time. Thank you, Tony. I see we got a thumbs up. Thank you. All right. Timer has gone off. I'm going to go over and see if we have leveled out here. I'll give it just about 10 more seconds to catch up. All right. Looks like it. Let's find ourselves a winner. And even though you have entered, you might not see your name on screen because there are like 70 of you and it maybe shows 20, but you have been entered. Congratulations to Diana. Congratulations, Diana. Make sure that if you won today's tag, so Diana, make sure to fill out the form that's in the description box below. I would probably do it right away just so you don't forget, because I won't go back later and track people down. So if you win, fill that out. If you haven't won, you don't need to fill the form out. Again, I think I had a person who thought if she wanted to win that day's tag to fill it out. So only today, Diana will do that. I love how everybody is over there encouraging Diana. Thank you so much. Love it. Love it. And thank you. Yep. And Catherine, that's the second person is the one by typing incorrectly and typing it. Absolutely fine. She's still only got one entry like everyone else. I know sometimes we see it right away, and my keyboard on my Mac, I type stuff like I type one T and I end up with 3, or like I type an A and it doesn't show up. So as long as she typed it correctly once, she's entered to win just like everyone else. All right. Hold up, Lisa just... Alicia, if any tags are not claimed, will you redraw them on the closing video? I don't know, Lisa, because I don't know. I was thinking about that the other day. I haven't made a decision what I'll do, because some, like especially the people who won like the last couple days, like if they didn't do it right away and they haven't gotten the chance, I would hate to give their tag away. So I'm going to think about that. One thing I do want to point out, but I'm not going to say it too loudly. I know I said the other day that if I hit 37,250 subscribers, we would have a bonus secret word. But I also think you know how lately it's been like up 2, down 10, up 5, down 20. I'm going to see if it stays above that 250 until Friday, all right? And if it does, I am going to have a bonus secret word for you, okay? All right. If you have any last questions, if you were also affected by the day 13 gremlins and wanted to type a message, always send that to me via email. It's at the very bottom of the description box, and I'll get back to you just as soon as I can, because there was definitely something in the chat today. All right, let me know any final questions. Otherwise, it's almost time to call it a day, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for over an hour, almost an hour and 20 minutes. I will be back tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. Central. Hopefully the 14th brings no chat box gremlins. You've been doing a great job with the series. I look forward to it. I am so glad, Carmen, that you are enjoying it. I am too. All right, guys. Well, until tomorrow, I hope you all have a crafty day. Bye-bye.